In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can set up WireGuard client on Arch Linux. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So in my previous videos, I've been showing you how you can set up VPN server of WireGuard using OPNSENSE firewall, and then I have done that in pfSense firewall as well. If you want to learn about that, I'm going to mention the links in the description of this video. Also, you can click on the I button above. All right, so step number 1, go to wireguard.com and then click on installation. And step number 2 is to find your operating system. So let me show you this one. If I go to command line and I type hostname CTL, and you can see it's saying operating system is CachyOS. So CachyOS is based on Arch Linux. So I'm going to use the Arch Linux installation method, which is going to be this command to install. And then it's saying user for kernels less than 5.0 may also choose these all dependencies. So again, we have the kernel version, which is right here, 6.17, which is higher than 5.6. So we should be fine using this command. Okay. So once again, let me type the command sudo pacman -s wireguard-tools. Okay. Let me zoom it a little bit so you guys can see clearly. Okay. So it's sudo pacman -s wireguard-tools, and then hit enter. It's going to ask you for the password of your user. Enter the password, and then it's showing me the size it's going to take, which is even less than 1 MB. So I'm going to type Y to confirm. You can see the WireGuard is installed. Okay, let's zoom back out. Okay, after the successful installation of this, we are going into our firewall. And in firewall, just go to VPN and WireGuard and peer generator. And here we are going to generate the third peer. So that's why it's showing the IP address of 3. You don't need to mention all the information if you have done this previously. Otherwise, you will have to mention the endpoint and the DNS. And if you want to change the IP address, that as well. Otherwise, you can just simply copy and use that information. So I'm just going to give it a name, CachyOS, and copy all the information from here. Click on apply and then apply changes. And just to verify if I have this peer ready, I'm going to click on peers. And here you can see we have this one, CachyOS. Okay, so then I'm going to go into the command line. I'm going to zoom in one more time. Okay. So we are going to open the file, which is going to be wg0.config. You can give it any name, but normally we use wg0, which is WireGuard 0, and .conf means the configuration file itself. So sudo nano etc WireGuard and then wg0.conf. By default, this file is not created. So with the nano command, you can create and open at the same time. So I'm going to give the password. So you can see it's the empty file. So I'm just going to paste all the information what I got from the WireGuard tunnel. So just to make sure everything is correct, we have the DNS endpoint information, the port is correct, and the allowed IPs should be 0/0/0.0.0/0. That means everything should be going through this tunnel. And then Control X and Y to save this configuration. So on this client machine, I'm not using any firewall like IPtables or UFW, but in case if you're using, then use this command sudo IPtables input and p is going to be UDP, as I showed you while I was configuring the WireGuard server. And then the destination port, which we used 518.21, by default it's 20. So if you're copying the configuration from my article, I would mention 20, but in my case it's this, and then J accept. So that is the rule you have to provide. And then the next one is going to be forward, which is going to be accept for IPtables with -I and -O both. So let me just type it and show you. So it's going to be until here and then forward. So we're forwarding this I and WG0, which is the tunnel name, what we created with the file wg0.configuration, and J accept the same thing. And the last command would be with if you're using IPtables. So that's why I showed you. If you're not using it, so just skip this part and make sure to type this command to turn on the client. Otherwise, you just set up the configuration. It's not running currently. Like if I go to, let's say again, speedtest.net and show you the IP address, you can see it's starting with 76.146. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so going back to the command prompt, and so the command is sudo. Since I'm using the user, that's why I'm typing sudo. If you're logged in as root, you can simply type the command, which is wg quick, and then we're going to make the interface up. So that's why we're going to type up and the tunnel name, which is wg0. And here you can see it's showing me some information and it looks like it's up and running. But to verify in the easiest way is to go to your browser, and let's check on speed test one more time. I'm just going to refresh the page. If the page opens, that means your internet is running. If you see a different IP address than the current one, that means your WireGuard tunnel is connected. So you can see here it's starting now with 216.244 blah blah blah. That means the tunnel is successfully created and it's connected to the WireGuard. So that's how you configure WireGuard tunnel on Arch Linux, and you can use any of the flavor like Manjaro, CachyOS, and there are like more from Arch Linux, but this method would work on all of those. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you think this video was informative for you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and comment below if you have any kind of questions. Thank you once again. I'll see you in the next video.